Good afternoon. My name is Donna Fiesel, and I'm your host of Donna's Edge Talk Show, where truth matters. Thank you so much for watching every day, Monday through Friday from 1 to 3 p.m. Central, as I get to ride home with you in the afternoon. You can find us on television, channel 182 on Charter Communications, Abundance Television, found on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire. And don't forget the podcast at thenewscasters.com. And I appreciate your emails. You can send an email if you have a suggestion or something you'd just like me to do a little research. I'll be glad to do that for you. My email address is donna@donnasedge.com. That's donna@donnasedge.com. So Mildred sent an email to me, and several others have as well. And you just want to know about scams that are going on. And yes, it's been found that people are getting back into scamming you on your checks from your checking account again. And we're going to talk a little bit about that. But I found this is through the FTC, and it scams in your small business. So there's actually a guide they have put together, and you can find it through their website, and that is business.ftc.gov. That's business.ftc.gov. So this is some really interesting information. We're talking about scammers here. These are people who want to take your hard-earned money, whether you're an individual or a business. There are people that's just what they live for. They're lazy and they won't work a job. But to me, it's not worth it. I mean, you got to wonder all the time in the back of your mind, I'm about to be caught up with. It's just not worth it. Go out and get a job and do something good for the community. So when scammers go after your business or your nonprofit organization, yes, they will actually go to your nonprofit organization as well. It can hurt your reputation and your bottom line. So what is your best protection? So we're going to talk about the different tactics that scammers use and how to protect your business, common scams that target small businesses, and other questionable practices. So let's go ahead and get started. So this one is about a scammer's tactics. Okay, so scammers pretend to be someone you trust. They impersonate a company or a government agency, and to get you paid to pay them, but it's a scam. So I want you to think about this. And I get this all the time. I get so many emails. It's ridiculous. And so the email will look like it's from my bank. I mean, this way it works. And what they'll do is somehow save the logo of your bank, or it's just somebody you're doing business with. So they'll save that, and they'll pretend to be your bank sending you information. And what they want you to do is click on a link. And they'll send something kind of like, someone who's gotten into your account or something. And when they're the scammers trying to get into your account. So they'll ask you to click on this link, and you click on the link, and it'll lead you somewhere else. It will start asking you personal questions, and what they can do is link your computer to some software they have where they're going to be able to get into your computer, and they're going to be able to get into your financial situation. It could be healthcare. It could be all kinds of things. So let's talk about this for a few minutes. Okay, they're going to pretend to be someone else. If you get an email, and let's just say it's friendsbank.com. Okay, and I want you to do this. Look real close at the email address they send it from. Okay, if it's legit, okay, it will say something like customer service at whatever the name of the bank is.com, or it may say it'll be anything. It won't be Susie at yourbank.com. It will be anything like that. It won't be Susie at xyzy.com. What you need to do, first of all, get out of that. Delete it before you do something you don't need to do. So go ahead and delete that email. Go ahead and call your bank. Okay, don't use a link. Don't use a telephone number they send you either. Okay, so just go ahead and just call the bank and just say, hey, I got an email. I'm concerned. I just want to make sure that, I'm not doing something weird. And you'll get it also, like they'll say that from the power company. Something like that. And they'll say they're going to turn your power off. I got one time. I thought it was rather strange. I don't have a granddaughter. So I get this call from someone who said that your granddaughter is in jail and you need to go to Walmart and you need to get a gift card to get her out of the jail. I said, well, that's all very interesting. First of all, I don't have a granddaughter. And another thing is, if I had a granddaughter and she were in jail, maybe she needs to stay there to learn a lesson. And then I hung up on them. So you'll get all kinds of crazy stuff. What they'll do is they'll ask a question just to kind of guess. So this person was just guessing that I might have a granddaughter who could possibly be in jail. Now, a lot of folks get really frantic and they start worrying. People sometimes worry more about their grandkids than they do their own kids. But anyway, with that said, if you get a call like that, just say, oh, really? So is the police department or is the sheriff's department? And if they make something up, if they make it up and say they're at the police department, say, oh, and what town are they in? Then what you do is hang up on them, call the police department from a reputable site to get the telephone number. Don't call the number they just called from. So call the police department and just say, I just got a phone call, said they were from you and that I have a granddaughter or a grandson in jail. Is that correct? They're going to, first of all, they'll probably stop you mid-sentence and say, no, we received a bunch of those calls today. You're probably not. But anyway, go the extra mile before you click on a link or before you call a telephone number. That's all I'm asking you to do. And that will save you tons of headache. I know it takes a few minutes to do it, but it will save you lots of headache a little bit later. Okay, scammers create a sense of urgency, intimidation, and fear. It's like, you got to do it right now. Oh, you must do it right now. Okay, they want you to act before you have a chance to check out their claims. Okay, because they know the smart person is going to hang up and going to call the police department or bank or whatever. Don't let anybody rush you to pay or give sensitive business information. Just don't do it. Scammers ask you to pay in specific ways. Okay, they often demand payment through wire transfers, cryptocurrency, or gift cards. That's not going to be true, okay? Don't pay anyone who demands payment this way. It's a scam. Okay. The power company is not going to ask you to go to Walmart and get a gift card. That just won't happen. Okay. Now, let's talk about protecting your business and also training your staff. This is extremely important that your staff understands all of this too. Okay. So your best defense is an informed staff. Train your employees not to send passwords or sensitive information by email, even if the email seems to come from a manager. Explain to your staff how scams happen and encourage them to talk with their coworkers if they suspect a scam. So you can order free copies of a brochure that teaches all of this stuff, and that website is ftc.gov. Put a little / bulk order, and just make sure you share those with your staff or anybody else you come in contact with. Okay, now verify invoices and payments. So make sure procedures are clear for approving purchases and invoices, and ask your staff to check all invoices closely. Also, make sure you pay attention to how someone asks you to pay, and tell your staff to do the same. Now, if someone demands that you pay with a wire transfer, just like we mentioned just a few seconds ago, cryptocurrency, or gift cards, don't pay. It is definitely a scam. Okay, so let's talk about spot tech related scams. Now, since scammers often fake their phone numbers, you know something? You can go to google.com and get a free telephone number. And you can just say, I want one, as I know I live in Alabama, but I want a Texas phone number. Do you know you can get a Texas phone number? You can get a New York phone number and pretend you're out there in New York in a high rise. People do that all the time. Be extremely careful. And the reason they want to do a Google phone number is those phone numbers can't be traced. And so you may be on Facebook, someone looks legit. I mean, they're saying all the right things. They're telling you how beautiful you are, all these things. And then they want your telephone number. Okay, here's what you'd handle that with, okay? I know somebody that got into this. Okay, so what you'll do is don't give them your telephone number. They may suggest you get a Google phone number. Don't do it. You're going to wind up in a pile of mess, and what you're going to wind up in is losing some of your hard-earned money. So don't do it. If you friended somebody, first of all, be careful with Facebook, okay, or any other social media site. So be extremely careful. If someone, first of all, you're going to get a friend request from somebody. Here's how you're going to know it's 100% a fake. Okay, first of all, they have no friends yet, and it's like they only have 1 or 2 friends or something like that. And then I always look on somebody, because I get a lot of you guys want to be friends with me on Facebook, and I will take you in because I love it. I absolutely love it. But when I get a friend request from somebody and they have 1 or 2 friends and that's it, and all of the pictures on their Facebook page are them, they're going to say they're a widow or a widower. You get a lot of that. They claim to have been in the U.S. Army. They claim to have worked a rig somewhere. I mean, it's just, they're a doctor. It's all stuff like that. Go on ahead and block them. Trust me on this. Go on ahead and block them and get rid of them so they can't keep calling you, or they can't keep trying to send you messages. Okay, I get this a lot, and I've seen this on a lot of my friends' Facebook pages. Okay, you just put something out there like you've taken a picture of your husband fishing or something. They're going to put something under there talking about how they've been trying to get you as a friend. They haven't been trying hard enough, because I would have, first of all, I would have seen they're a fake person and I would have already blocked them. They wouldn't have been able to have put anything on my Facebook page. Beware of that. They're going to tell you how beautiful you are and all this kind of stuff. And so just don't even go there. Don't argue with them. Don't send a message back. Believe me, all you're going to do is give them an inch, and they're going to go 10 miles with this inch. Be very careful and train your staff now not to use if you give your staff an email address and they're handing that out to scammers and all that kind of stuff, I wouldn't do that. Don't allow it. Okay. Tell your staff they need to use their personal Facebook if they want a romance on the internet. Don't let them do it through your company. Please don't do that. Okay, and we talked about verifying addresses and that kind of thing, but spot tech related scams. Okay, scammers, again, will fake their phone numbers. They can go to Google and get a free one. Don't trust caller ID. If you get an unexpected text message or email, don't click on any links. Don't open attachments, and don't download files. That's how scammers load malware into your network, or they try to convince you to send money or share sensitive information. Scammers sometimes even go back to the social media accounts of people that you know and sending messages that seem really weird but aren't. That's why you need to block them. Okay, because you don't want your friends mad at you because some scammer keeps sending them messages. So make sure that you get rid of all that. Learn more about protecting your small business or nonprofit organization from cyber scammers and hackers. So what you can do is go to ftc.gov/cybersecurity. That's ftc.gov/cybersecurity. Now, before doing business with a new company, search the company's name online with the term scam or complaint. So let's just say XYZ Cookie Company wants to do business with you. What you need to do is type in whatever the name is. Let's just say it's XYZ. XYZ Cookie Company, and then his space, and put scam, and look through that, and you'll know them, because people actually do the work for you. People will be out there, yeah, this company tried to get money out of me. This company tried to do this. They tried to do that. Or type in XYZ Cookie Company, and then his space, and put complaint. You're going to be able to read what other people are saying about that company. Also, ask people you trust for recommendations. You may also be able to get free business development advice and counseling through programs like SCORE.org. That's SCORE.org. Now, again, I got this brochure right here. Okay, so this right here. You can get a free one. Again, go to ftc.gov/bulk order. Okay, ftc.gov/bulk order. I don't know how many they'll send you, but they'll send them for free, and you need to hand these out to your employees. Okay, now know who you're dealing with. And we just mentioned that. Let's talk about common scams that target small businesses. I'm a small business. You better believe my guard is on all the time. Okay, I'm always alert. I always want to know. Okay, so fake invoices and unordered merchandise. Okay, scammers create phony invoices that look like you ordered product or services for your business. They hope the person who pays the bills will assume the invoices are real and make the payment, except it's all fake. Or a scammer might call claiming they want to confirm an existing order. They may say they want to verify an address or offer a free catalog or sample. Now, if you say yes to any of those questions, unordered merchandise will arrive at your doorstep, following by high-pressure demands to pay for it. Don't pay, and remember, if you receive merchandise you didn't order, you have a legal right to keep it and use it for free. Absolutely. Don't let these high-pressured people talk you into something, okay? All right, now I'm gonna read this to you again, and this is from ftc.gov. ftc.gov. So remember, if somebody sends you merchandise and you didn't order it, if you receive the merchandise that you didn't order, and you do have a legal right to keep it and use it for free. So see, that's where they're going to get. They're messing their own selves up. Is what they're doing. Okay, let's talk about online listing and advertising scams. Before I do that, though, I wanted to mention something else. So one of my customers had been using a P.O. box, one of our advertising agencies, and so I got this letter through the mail, and it looked good. It was their logo. It was everything, and actually Phil got it through the mail. He handles all that stuff. And so Phil said, have you heard from, and he mentioned the company's name, have you heard if they've moved or anything? And I said, no, I haven't heard that. I mean, there's in fact, as a matter of fact, I was just out there last week, and they haven't moved. They're in the same spot they've been in for like 20 years. And he said, well, it says the address changed. So he just went on ahead and just called them, the telephone number we have on file. He didn't call, he didn't even look to see if the number was the same. It happened to be legit. Okay, they actually changed from a P.O. box to their street address, so that was legit. However, if that ever happens to you, okay, and you're doing business with XYZ floor covering, and so you get this, it looks legit. I mean, it's got their logo and all this kind of stuff. Look at the phone numbers, because that phone numbers now you just take with you. I mean, even if you move out of state. So just look at the phone numbers and see if it's what you have on file. If it's a different number, go ahead and call the one you have on file and just say, I got this letter. I thought you might want to know about it. And it says that you've moved and it's a different telephone number, even though we're still in town. I don't know why you would change telephone numbers. And then they may ask for a copy of it. Send it. Send the copy, because I would hope people get sued who are doing things like that to you and your business. Okay, now we're going to go on ahead and talk about online listing and advertising scams. Okay, scammers try to fool you into paying for non-existing advertisement or a listing in a phony business directory. They may ask you to give your contact information for a free listing, or say the call is simply to confirm your information. Later you get this big bill, and the scammer may use details or even a recording of the earlier call to pressure you to pay. If you didn't do it, you don't pay. And so what you do, you say, okay, go ahead and send me where I signed for that. Get them to go ahead and send it, and then you go find an attorney and get this taken care of. Okay, now, business and government impersonation scams. Scammers pretend to be someone you know or trust and try to scare you or rush you into paying or giving them information. So let's talk about some of these examples here. Scammers say they're calling from a utility company and your gas, electric, or water service is about to be interrupted because of a fake late bill. Some of you, a lot of you have sent me this. Okay. So they're calling and, they're about to turn your power off and, blah, 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 blah. Hang up with them. First of all, the power company is not going to call you. None of these people will call you. Okay. You're going to have to call them. So let's just say that your power company, someone says they're from the power company and they say you owe $300 about to turn your power off. Hang up. Turn right around and call the power company and ask them if they have tried to call you saying they've got to have a service disconnected. And again, a lot of you have said that. And a lot of you have said, I know I paid it, but they said they were from the power company. Nuh-uh. They're not going to call you. Okay, so be really careful about that. Now, scammers, and another thing is if you own a business, you own a small business, I know how tough it is to get employees. It's hard. It's difficult. So you and the rest of your staff are doing the job of 5 other people. And so they hope, especially now, especially past COVID, they hope you are so busy that you won't have time and you'll just go on ahead and pay it and be done with it. You're just going to be paying a big bill to a scammer when that happens, and you'll probably never get your money back. I'm just being real, okay? You probably won't. Okay, now we found out the utility company. Now, scammers say they're a government agent and threaten to suspend your business license, fine you, or even sue you. They might say it's because you owe taxes, or you need to renew a license or a registration. By the way, on any of these, never call the phone number they have, okay? Never. It's take a little bit of work on your part to find the correct telephone number. Again, look in your files and check out the phone number you already have on file. But it's worth it, because if they start on you and you pay and somehow they're able to get into your bank account, it's going to be an act of Congress to get your money back. Okay. Now, some scammers convince you to buy workplace compliance posters that you can get free. I've had these calls 1,000 times. And it's been happening for years. So what they'll say is that you can get these workplace compliance posters for free, or they don't tell you that. They want you to pay for them. However, you can go Google the U.S. Department of Labor. They'll send you all you want for free. Okay? You don't have to pay for that stuff. Now, some scammers trick you into paying to apply the so-called business grants. Be careful there. From government programs that turn out to be fake. Okay, get in touch with the Small Business Association, the SBA. Get in contact with them, the Small Business Association in your state. Okay, and they'll tell you what the truth is. And you can even go sba.gov, and you'll be able to find them that way. Scammers impersonate the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office, and they threaten that you'll lose your trademark if you don't pay a fee immediately. Other times they lie and say you owe money for additional registration services. Call direct. Don't pay any attention to that scam. Okay, now some scammers say they're calling from a tech company, threatening that your business will lose its website URL if you don't pay immediately. Phil has had that call before, even though he knows good and well he paid for our website. So we've got 2 websites, ICUradio.media, and we also have donnasedge.com. And they just do that. What they do is they'll get on the internet and they'll download a list of people who just got, or maybe about a year out, hoping that you're so busy that time went by so fast that you don't remember and you really do owe that. Now, you keep good files now. That's another thing you do. If you'll keep some good files like Phil does. Okay, so he's got a file just because we've had these calls, a lot of them. And so he keeps a file folder. And, with all the website business and information. And also, and this is another thing. When you pay something, when you pay a bill, and it is a legit bill, you've paid it, make sure you put the date you sent it, the date you paid it, and also the check number. If you paid by check, if you paid by credit card or whatever, you'll have a record of that. But especially if it's a check, make sure you save that check number. Okay, that's extremely important as well. Okay, let's talk about tech support scams. Oh boy, are they out there all over the place. Tech support scams start with a call or an alarming pop-up message on your screen. I get these a lot. The scammers pretend to be from a well-known tech company, telling you that there's a problem with your computer's security. Their goal is to get your money, access to your computer, or both. They may ask you to pay to fix a problem that you really don't have. They may enroll your business in a non-existent or useless computer maintenance program, or sneak on your computer network to actually grab confidential data that they can use to commit identity theft. You're too smart for that. Don't let that happen. Okay, I've been to some websites before. We're about to go into a break, but I've been into some websites, and just all of a sudden this thing comes up. Data breach. There's a problem with your computer system. It's a scam. Don't go there. Get out of your computer, and I'll tell you something I do for added measure. I'll go on ahead, get out of that, and then I'll go ahead and turn my computer and everything off. I turn everything off, including our internet and everything. Just turn it off. I power cycle it. I even go the extra measure of unplugging it from the wall. I know it takes a while. You got to get booted back up again, but do that, okay? Because you never know what could be lingering there, just waiting on you to get back in again. Let's go ahead and cut into a commercial break. We're going to be right back in just a few minutes. I'm looking out for you. I don't want you to lose your hard-earned money, just to some scammer who's too lazy to work. Okay, let's go ahead, cut to a break. We'll be back in just a few minutes. Twin City Used Car Sales has been serving drivers in the Northeast Alabama area for years with a quality selection of late model used cars, SUVs, and pickup trucks. On top of our extensive selection and competitive prices, we offer professional auto financing services for used car buyers of all credit levels. Whether you've just begun your search or you're ready to secure your next vehicle, at Twin City Used Car Sales, you will drive away with the vehicle of your dreams. The sales and finance staff at Twin City Used Car Sales looks forward to serving you, and you can apply for financing online before your visit to our used dealership in Gadsden, Alabama. Check us out on the web at twincityusedcars.com or go by our location at 901 First Avenue, Gadsden, Alabama. We sincerely look forward to serving you. At Lamone's Mexican Restaurant, located in Henniger, Alabama, and voted Best Mexican Restaurant of DeKalb County, Alabama 2020, we're here to serve you with authentic Mexican cuisine. Order easily online by going to lamonsmex.com or call 256-657-3999 to place your order. We're open Sunday through Thursday, 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. and Friday and Saturday, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Whether you're celebrating a cozy date night for two or a celebration for a crowd, at Lamone's you'll love our atmosphere and friendly servers. Thank you for dining with Lamone's Mexican Restaurant.
Are you ready?
We all wonder what tomorrow will bring. But the future lays itself at the feet of the prepared and surrenders to the will of the persistent. It's not easy, but today shapes you so you can shape tomorrow. With Northeast Alabama Community College, when the future asks if you're ready, you can answer.
Yes.
Begin your future at Northeast Alabama Community College.